Hey everyone, welcome to today's class, which is all about unlocking our hamstrings. You will be needing a couple of blocks or books for today's class. It's not necessary to have them for today's class. You can get by without them, but just in case, you might want them. When you're ready, we're going to get straight into it today. So I want us to start in downward facing dog. So making your way to a tabletop position. Then coming straight into it, tucking the toes, sending the hips up and back, dropping the head, and just taking a moment here to slowly pedal out those legs. Might feel quite nice to give the head a little shake as well. A yes and a no. Easing out the neck. Also quite like to bob my knees up and down. Should feel really nice. It should start to ease out the back of the legs for us. And when you're ready, you can stop with your movements. Keep pressing through your hands, stretching your outer hips up and back, taking a nice full breath in and a big breath out. Walk your feet to the top of your mat, towards your hands. Angle over your legs in your Uttanasana. Hands can come to elbows or arms relax heavy to the ground. You might want a soft bend in the knees here to begin with, if you're feeling quite tight in those hamstrings. If you want to take a little sway here, side to side, just softly bending into the knees as well. This can feel really nice. And also a little sway back and forth. Can feel quite good to put some weight into our toes as we tend to shift that weight back into our heels. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, come to a halfway lift, hands to shins as you reach forwards with your crown, finding that nice flat back. And as you exhale, soften over the legs again. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Twice more at your own pace. Good, make this your last one. We're going to inhale, come back to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step left foot back, lower left knee down. You can grab hold of your blocks here if you want to. Send the hips back, lengthen your right leg long. Squeeze those inner thighs together, coming into that half split. Flex the toes to the ceiling. This could be enough for you today. You could be getting enough of a stretch into that hamstring already. Or if you want to take it deeper, then you're going to soften through center. Breathing there. Really thinking about drawing that right hip back as your left hip comes forward slightly. Inhale, lift up through the chest, plant sole of right foot down, walk fingertips or blocks forwards either side of foot, lift the back knee, step that back foot in just slightly and keep it on its balls or its toes. As you inhale, reach forwards with your crown, keep that length in your right leg. And as you exhale, softening and folding towards that right leg again, just if you want to take it a bit deeper. The same action goes for this pose as well. So think about drawing that right hip back, left hip forwards, just to find that nice square hips. 2 more breaths. Good. Good. Then on your next inhale, lifting up through your chest, bend into front knee, fingertips forward, send weight to right leg, left leg into the air, pointing those toes, standing split to take it deeper as you exhale, start to fold your torso towards that right standing leg. Just taking one more brief breath here. Inhale, step left foot to the top of the mat, halfway lift flat back. And we'll swap sides. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step right foot back. Right knee lowers as you lengthen left leg long, coming into your half split on the other side. Inhale, reaching forwards with the crown. And as you exhale, softening through center. Breathing here, taking a few more breaths. Drawing that left hip back, right hip forwards this time. Flexing those toes to the ceiling. Inhale, lift through the chest, plant sole of left foot down, walk those fingertips or blocks forwards, back knee lifts, stepping that back foot in slightly, lengthening your left leg as you inhale, reach forwards with your crown, and as you exhale, softening if you want to take it deeper towards that left leg. Again, you might be getting enough of a stretch staying upright on your fingertips or your blocks. Walking those fingertips or blocks forwards as you bend into the left knee, shift weight to left leg, right leg into the air. Standing split, exhale, folding towards standing leg to take it deeper. Inhale, step right foot to the top of the mat to meet left, halfway lift. Exhale, soften and fold over the legs. This time, maybe peace fingers come around your big toes. Maybe you're grabbing hold of your calves or your thighs. Just thinking about drawing your torso in a little bit closer towards your legs. Reaching those sit bones towards the ceiling. Maybe finding a little bit more length in those legs as well. Taking nice full inhales and soothing exhales. Releasing whatever you've got hold of. Inhale, roll yourself nice and slowly all the way to standing. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, opening the chest nice and wide. And you're going to roll back down over your legs, chin to chest, rolling all the way back down. And inhale, make your way back to standing, rolling through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're there, stepping right foot back behind you, toes come to face the long side of your mat, legs are nice and wide, hands come to the lower back as you inhale, puffing up through the chest, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, soften and fold through center. Maybe the hands come to blocks or to the ground. Thinking about pressing down through that pinky side edge of the feet. Lifting those inner thighs to the ceiling. If you want to take something a bit different variation, you could grab hold of your ankles and think about drawing yourself in or interlace the hands behind your back. Maybe even play around with folding your torso towards one side, one leg, and then folding it towards the other side. Again, just a few options and variations that you can play around with if you wanted to. Wherever you are, just taking 3 more breaths. Inhale, rising back to your fingertips, heel toe your feet in just over hips width distance, heels face in, toes face out, lower to your malasana, your yogi squat. Maybe hands are to prayer at your heart center. If you're finding that you're sinking quite low, thinking about lifting up through the spine, pressing those knees slightly away from you with the elbows. And as you exhale, lowering all the way down to seated on your mat, coming down to lying on your back, all the way down to lying, knees draw in towards the chest. We're coming into our happy baby, so knees knock out wide to the sides, grab hold of the outer edges of the feet. If this isn't accessible, you could just grab hold of the shins or the calves or the inner thighs. To take it into a bit of a deeper happy baby, you could wrap your peace fingers around your big toes, lengthening one leg at a time or both your legs at the same time. And then maybe wherever you are, taking a little rock from side to side. If you're in that bent knee variation, as you inhale, really thinking about sending those knees away from you. And as you exhale, maybe drawing in the knees a little bit closer towards the ground. Exhale, slowly release the hands from the feet. Lower the soles of the feet back down to the mat. You're going to hug your right knee in towards your chest. Give it that nice big squeeze in towards you. And interlace hands behind right thigh. Inhale, lengthen the leg towards the ceiling. If you want to take this a bit deeper, maybe slide that interlace up towards the calf. Or maybe grabbing onto the foot. Again, just a few options to play around with. If you've got hold of the foot, you could play around with pulling down on one side, the pinky side edge, and then pulling down through the inner arch. Can just, again, give you a bit of a different sensation. Exhale, release whatever you've got hold of. Sole of the right foot comes down, left knee hugs in tight. Interlace hands behind the thigh. Inhale, lengthen left leg towards the ceiling. Again, taking any of the options on this side that you might have taken on the other side. Exhale, slowly release lower sole of the left foot back down to the mat. Take those feet nice and wide, just let the knees knock either side like windscreen wipers. When you drop the knees over to the right hand side, maybe think about squeezing that left glute forward slightly, giving you a bit more of a stretch into the front of the quad and the hip flexor. And then when you drop to the left hand side, squeezing that right glute forwards. Coming back to center, you're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest, lengthen left leg long, let right knee flop over to left hand side, scooping those hips under, coming into a little supine twist. Maybe you're gazing to the ceiling, maybe you're gazing over to your right hand. Wherever you are, you can start to soften your breathing. Coming back to center, we'll swap sides, lengthen right leg long, hug left knee in. Let left knee drop towards the right hand side, scoop the hips under. Then rolling that left arm over to the right hand side, rolling yourself into a fetal position on the side of your body, just closing down the eyes here, taking a few moments to relax. Starting to soften through your face, relaxing your jaw. And then using your hands to help you make your way up to a seated position on your mat of your choice. Lengthening through your spine, closing down your eyes, resting the hands to knees or thighs. Shoulders soften down the back. Just take a moment to check in, see how you're feeling after your practice today. Taking a big breath in. Full breath out. And in your own time, you can blink open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me again today.